See. Right, are we there? I think we might be. Let's see if we're working. Give us a thumbs up as usual. I think we're good to go. Marvellous. Evening, Peter, Stella, Peter, Jansen's evening all. Hopefully I'm coming loud and clear. Sorry it's a bit late starting. There's just somebody here viewing some stuff for the auction on Sunday, and yes, time ran away with us. And by the time I'd ushered them out the door and plugged everything in, here we are. Anyway, I did sort a nice couple of little films out, which I'll show you in a minute. Blackpool Tower, either side of the wall, which is quite interesting. So there we are. Right, so yes, what was I going to show you? Videos of everything. Yes, videos of machines. They're all up, or just about everything's videoed. I think, bar the Bally's, I think, basically. They're just too heavy to lift on the turntable, and you know what a Bally that needs work looks like. So if you've got any questions on machines, anything more you need to know, anything you can't see, then get in touch, let me know. They should all be good. You know, photographs, everything. I realised I hadn't done a picture of the one fruit of the mechanism, so I've added that on there. If you're waiting for that. As you can see, it's all there. So that's that one. And was another photograph of something else extra I added? I think there was somewhere online. I can't remember what it was. Somebody asked for another picture of something, so I added that as well, whatever that was. Sent you a picture of the Euromat. All right, cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've got the ones of the bird watchers. I haven't had time to upload them yet, but I will do. Thank you very much. Euromat. We'll have a look at that then. I'll sort them out for Sunday night's live stream, hopefully. We'll have a look at that then. So yeah, anything on the auction front anybody needs to know, then fire away and let me know. I was just going to pull up the Easy Live thing, but if I do it at the minute, it will go horribly wrong, I think. What I need to do is go over here and do that, because if not, it will pull up the admin account thing with people's details on that you're not supposed to see, data protection and all that. So if I go here now, hopefully it will come up with Easy Live view catalogue. Have a quick look down, see where we're at with bids at the moment. Anything exciting? So little signs are all there. Evening Paul, Jansen's for the auction. What is the best for sending it to Belgium? Getting myself a sending post or sorting it through you? Probably sorting it from your end if you can. I can pack stuff up, that's not a problem, but trying to get anything shipped out of here, the UK at the moment, is very expensive at the moment. So it might be cheaper for you to send a carrier. The last stuff I sent to America, the customers sent FedEx, and it was cheaper for them to send FedEx from their end, as it were, than it was for me to do it from this end. I don't know how that works. It's something to do with the duties or something, I expect. But yeah, it can help pack anything up ready to be collected. No problem. Yeah, this morning when I sent the email out and I looked, all the Fairgrounds Art's all very cheap. Look, £1 each. These lovely panels. Hopefully they'll get a few more bids. The machines was interesting. I think it seemed the cheaper machines had all got bids on and the more expensive stuff hadn't, but I think it's kind of evened out a little bit now, I think. This lovely shooting gallery front, that's up to 360. Yeah, so there's always machines that want restoration. We had sort of 3 separate little barn finds in this time, so lots of projects to keep you busy. Hopefully all these machines will get bought, restored, and we'll sell them again in a few months' time, all done. Which is always good. How are we doing? 150 on there. Gypsy fortune teller, a tenner. That's still cheap, isn't it? Bandit says cheap. Look, 60s, 70s. Yeah. Nothing wild so far, is there? Definitely still some cheapy stuff. Get your bids in, everybody. War machines. Oh yeah, £110 now. Look, there's a little bit better. They were at £1 this morning, which was interesting. Oh, all 110 the war machines. That's interesting. Okay. The magic machines are sort of star lots for sale. Look, we're at 2,100 on the string cutter. I think we got, was it 4,150 for the one we sold a few months ago. This is the first string cutter Brian's made, and the very first of any magic machine they made. I was reading something interesting on the flyer, which I'll show you in a minute, because we've got an original flyer as well. I think there was originally going to be quite a few more different magic machines, it sounds like. Anyway, 2,100 on the string cutter so far, 1,300 on the disc, 1,050 on the spirals. The spirals is an interesting one because it's the rarest machine by quite a long way, but probably the most unexciting at the same time. So, yeah, be interesting to see how that one fares against the other two. The string cutter is probably the most common, and it's the most expensive one. So, weird, isn't it? Anyway, £1 for a train set. Look, that's got to be cheap. £6.20 for 3 Brian's machines. So that's yeah, very cheap, isn't it? On the 4 square, they're all matching serial numbers as well. £7.80 on the big Wonders machine. Who wants a slots number plate? Look, £160. That's cheap, isn't it? Yeah, on these Brian's, yeah. So here's if we blow in. Yeah, it says Brian's Magic Machines, a series of coin-operated machines for all the entertainment, education, and amusement of all, comprising modern models, illustrations, puzzles, conjuring tricks, and other tricks mechanically performed. So that sounded like they were going to make all sorts of different ones, and they just weren't very successful. So they know they made these, the 3 magic machines that we all know of. One of each in 1948. These string cutter, sorry, the spirals, they never made anymore until 1985 on the sets that Roger Gilman had made for collectors. So I wonder what all the other ones were going to be. What Mr. Brian's had thought of. Models, illustrations, puzzles, conjuring tricks, and other tricks mechanically performed. So there could have been, who knows, a dozen different ones maybe. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, there we are. So that's where we're at with the auction stuff at the moment. If you haven't registered so far, then make sure you do so sooner rather than later, because if there's any problems with registration, there's nothing I can do about it, because it's not my system, it's Easy Live's system that we use. So if you have an issue, you need to contact Easy Live. And then you can bid out, and we carry on with the live bidding at 1 o'clock on Sunday. That's it for that. So I found a couple of nice little films, really short. One was, I think one's 1939 and one's 1947. Both sort of trips up Blackpool Tower, quite entertaining. Where's my little thing, just so I can hear the commentary? It's just quite entertaining. I think they're only about a minute long each one. But they're jolly little films. I think they're quite amusing. They're quite good fun to watch. So here's the first one. My thingy's on. Yes, they are. Right, let's have a look. Film one.
The summer holiday rush hasn't started yet, but when it does, Blackpool will be ready. So come on up to the top. Did you know that the famous tower is nearly 600 feet high and is visited by almost 500,000 people every year? Among that 500,000 are the painters, perched like flies above the promenade. They keep at it every day of the year, but when they reach the bottom after finishing the job, it's just about time to start at the top again. But the job has its moments. I say, George, there's a couple down there that's worth looking into. So bring out the old tellywag and let's have an eyeful.
Health and safety, eh? On the top of the tower there. Where's the... can I rewind this a bit? I think I can. How do I do that? Maybe I can't.
The summer holiday rush hasn't started yet, but when it does, Blackpool...
Where's moving controls? Here we are. There's a bit where somewhere it's just standing...
and is visited by almost 500,000 people every year. Among that 500,000 are the painters, perched like flies above the promenade.
There we are, look. So they've got a couple of scaffold boards, and then a step ladder. And just standing on the top of the tower. If you've ever been up the tower, it's a long way up.
They keep at it every day of the year.
No safety harms. Marvellous. Health and safety. Isn't that fun?
But when they reach the bottom after finishing the job, it's just about time to start at the top again. But the job has its moments. I say, George, there's a couple down there that's worth looking into. So bring out the old tellywag and let's have an eyeful.
There we are. So that was 1939. And this next one. God, it's really weird because I've got a 1 second delay in my headphones. I think it's 1947, so just after the war. So that the first one was just before the war. But he says, "What's wrong with that? What, health and safety?" Yeah, I know. Well, when I was at work, yeah, we used to stand right on top of steps when I was working in number 10. When I painted number 10 when I was apprentice, we had the very tallest sets of step ladders, and to reach the cornicing in number 10, quite high rooms, you had to stand on the very tops of the step ladders. You're not allowed to do that now. That's subsequently banned. In fact, you're not even allowed to use step ladders now. You have to have scaffolding if you get more than about 2 foot high, with handrails round and cones and all that sort of nonsense. But we never bothered with that. We had, yeah, a couple of step ladders and a plank on the top. So yeah, even relatively recently, I say relatively recently, it's 30 something years ago now. Don't like to think how old I am. Anyway, let's have a look at this other film. This one's 1947, Blackpool again.
Blackpool's famous tower, all 500 feet of it, is the high spot of Lancashire's favourite pleasure ground. Let's get a new slant on the holiday scene.
Why just want that
Yes, you feel you're really on top of the world. How can you be down in the dumps when your heart's up in the clouds and you can throw away cares to the four winds? This is the height of happiness.
Oh, where's the sound gone? Sorry about that.
Blackpool's famous tower, all 500 feet of it, is the high spot of Lancashire's favourite pleasure ground. Let's get a new slant on the holiday scene. Yes, you feel you're really on top of the world. How can you be down in the dumps when your heart's up in the clouds and you can throw away cares to the four winds? This is the height of happiness. And here's one time when coming down to earth means meeting happiness on the ground floor. Now let's...
So what was there? I think it's me being silly, wasn't it? I pressed the wrong button my end. Should watch it again, make sure.
Blackpool's famous tower, all 500 feet of it, is the high spot of Lancashire's favourite pleasure ground. Let's get a new slant on the holiday scene.
Now what have I done? Clicked something wrong. It's the trouble trying to do things
Blackpool's
live.
famous tower, all 500 feet of it, is the high spot of Lancashire's favourite pleasure ground. Let's get a new slant on the holiday scene. Yes, you feel you're really on top of the world. How can you be down in the dumps when your heart's up in the clouds and you can throw away cares to the four winds? This is the height of happiness. And here's one time when coming down to earth means meeting happiness on the ground floor. Now let's...
There we are. Bit of a cock up there. But it was interesting to see the crowds, wasn't it? The crowds on the beach in 47. So again, just after the war, everyone has returned to the seaside and packing the beaches. Very good. Blackpool Tower was built on bales of linen. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that. Peter says, my dad used to use ladders and a roof ladder on his own to point chimney stacks on 3-story houses. What scaffolding? Yeah. I remember doing that. That sort of thing here on this house when I was a kid, coming up and doing things like that. We had, when I did my apprenticeship, painting apprenticeship, one of the things we had to do was put up a triple extension ladder, rope extension ladder, up the side of the college to, I don't know, 3 or 4 stories, whatever it was, a long way up. Then go up the ladder with a paint kettle full of water and a paintbrush, and sort of pretend to paint the window with water, and come back down again. And we had to prove that we could go up the ladder, not spill paint, and come back down the ladder without killing ourselves. Imagine that these days. Yeah, it was part of the training. How to use a ladder. Bizarre, isn't it? Anyway, there we are. Enough of all that. So hopefully we're all good for auction on Sunday. Let's just go back to the old catalogue here. Scroll down to some machines or something, or a nice kangaroo. Look, just what you need. And Sunday night we'll do a video as usual. We'll chew over the auction, how it went, what stuff made, and all that jazz. Probably find another little film or two. Pete Wingman sent me some pictures of his puppet machines just restored, so we'll perhaps have a look at that. And we've got some pictures of the, what was this machine? A Euromat machine. I don't even know what it looks like myself yet, so I'll sort those photographs out as well. So yeah, be a bit more organised hopefully for Sunday night. Been a bit busy today, rushing around, people viewing and one thing and another. As I say, sorry it's a bit late starting, but that was somebody else viewing, so just had to get them sorted out and back on their way again. But yeah, it's looking good. And then tomorrow morning I've got more stuff coming for the next auction. There's more stuff coming on Monday with Alan. If you buy anything you want Alan to take it, be quick, because he's coming Monday. And then I think he's coming on the 23rd of April, I think. And then that'll be his last. He's having a couple of months off to sort some family things out that's going on. So just bear that in mind. So Alan won't be on the road for May and June, I don't think. So we'll sort something else out for then, not sure what. Might have to get in my van and do a bit, I suppose. But whatever, we'll sort it out. So panic not. But yeah, so stuff's already coming for next auction. Not sure what it is yet. Bandits, I think, coming tomorrow. And then say more stuff's coming with Alan on Monday when he's picking up some bits as well. So there we are. It's all go. Right, I think that's it for me. Unless anybody needs to know anything, I will go and grab some dinner. And I will see you all on Sunday. Hopefully the video feed will work for the auction this time. I'm testing out my new satellite internet link tomorrow. It's tomorrow's job. See if we can get that up and running. This current one seems to have been behaving itself in the past few days, so but sod's law, it will decide to go wrong on Sunday. It usually does. So we'll hopefully have the new one up and running as well. Right, that's it. I'm off. Nighty night. Catch you Sunday for the auction. Any problems in the meantime, you know where I am. If not, Sunday night, and we'll chew over what all these lovely goodies have sold for. Marvellous. Nighty night.